Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Huobi Weekly Market Chat. I'm Johnny. I'm your host today. We also have Ben's here. Hey, Ben's.
Hi everybody.
Yeah, good to see you here.
Yeah, thanks for
Um,
having me.
yeah. In this episode, me and Ben's are going to update some aftermath of the FTX and also Alameda events. We'll look at the consequences and probably look into some on-chain data that shows FTX Sam is dumping the tokens he stole from the customers, and we're going to look at that later on. In the later on session, we'll also talk about some fan tokens which are very popular these days as World Cup is coming, and I'm sure some football fans will love to hear. And in Huobi, we are going to list. I think we have listed. I think we have listed two national tokens on our exchange, and I'll show later. And they are very popular and very funny. So let's look at the liquidity of the market, and I have some good news here because the overnight reverse repurchase agreements, we can see a dip here, which means that some money is being circulated back into the economy. Money is being injected back into risky assets and also equities market again. And I think we have not seen a uh, such a decrease in recent months, right? Since July of 2022, and that was the biggest dump I've ever seen in the amount of RRP, overnight RRP. That will be some good news for the equity market, and assuming other factors are relatively, beneficial to the liquidity condition in different markets. And let's look at the chart of BTC versus RRP weekly average. And here we have inverted RRP finally going up and making a divergence here, which means that it might be a good buying opportunity at current price of Bitcoin. Not financial advice though, just a analysis, just a piece of analysis. And I would like to go to the chart. Let me just switch to trading view. Okay, wait a minute, friends. Looking at this, why we are trading, we're now at 105, and then let's go to Bitcoin. Yeah, we just had a dip here because of the FTX and also Alameda issue. The collapse of FTX and also Alameda caused a lot of panic in the market, and people dumped their tokens. And one thing that really, I found intriguing is that the market will add way better than I expected. I mean, supposedly people were expecting Bitcoin to be trading around 13K, 14K, somewhere around that, right, Benz? What do you think about it? I'll call this a expectation divergence because most of the people are expecting a more bloody dip, right? But now market is not reacting that way, and it's interesting to talk about it.
Yeah, you know, we we are looking at if there is like a huge uh sell-off, we'll be looking at around the previous low, which is around 13K, which will sort of like cover back up the gap from previous rally.
Yeah,
So, however, I think right now, I feel that the crypto industry is like very, I would say I would say it's efficient. I would say it's efficient. I would say that we are still bullish. However, we are still trying to weed out all the negative sentiment of this industry, right?
yeah,
And right now I feel that, judging how they reacted after FTX implosion, this is like a very small dip, to be very honest. It's like from 21K to around 16K or 15K, which is around I would say around 20% dip,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So 20% dip, I feel that is still okay because judging how much uh
yeah. That's a
FTX,
25% dip.
yeah, how much FTX was leveraged, and how much they have to dump.
I think they leveraged 9x. I
Yeah,
saw it on Twitter, and they had 900 million in the balance sheet, while they had a loan, a hole in the balance sheet which cost like 9 billion. That's a time 10 times the 9x average, somewhere around that.
yes. So to be honest, I feel that this is like one of the best case scenario already. And CZ also mentioned about the recovery fund that he's trying to put up, with
Yeah,
a few other institutional investors, which mentioned on in this EMA.
yeah,
So I think we can go through that later. However,
yeah,
I feel that uh everything just blew up
yeah,
within less than 7 days
yeah, yeah,
after the report by from CoinDesk.
yeah.
So I
Let's
feel that
let's just make a summary of the events. Yes, connecting them together. First of all, we have the context you just mentioned, right? And
yeah,
then yeah, and then after that, ZZ just made a tweet and then announcing they're going to dump some FTT token because they think holding a lot of FTT token is risky, which turned out to be true.
yeah,
And and then market panicked. Bank run started and people started withdrawing money from FTX, and then it
yes,
turned out that Sam didn't have money in the bank and disastrous, right?
yes. It was I think, to be honest, I feel that the whole crypto industry is very united when it comes to this kind of thing. When this kind of thing happen, right? It's like we are not cancer, we are not toxic, but when something uh something bad happen, right? We would go all out to actually test, you know. And so as you say, everything is transparent, right? So we know, uh, we already know how much FTX have and what's on the balance sheet. So we will try to remove everything from there and see whether FTX survive or not. And
Yeah,
in the end,
before the event, I think FTX was very intransparent. They were opaque, I would say. They
yeah.
not honest as well.
So I think the whole crypto community, in a way, we are very fast when it comes to punishing people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
it's very efficient, I feel.
and
Animal welfare. Yes, sir.
wait. Meanwhile, I would like to show you a video of Sam doing marketing, boasting himself to be a charity guy to earn a gift, and then
as a human is to make as much money as possible just to give it away. Earn to give. And that's exactly what he's doing.
So let's say that you have $100 and you want to figure out what you can do with it to help the world. Earning to give is thinking about which causes, which charities save the most lives per dollar. This $100 can go as far as they possibly can.
and he even told us that he drives a Corolla, but it turns out that he's living in a mansion, a penthouse in Bahamas, and it's really ridiculous and it's very dishonest. A lot of dishonesty there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, just a funny video showing how ridiculous Sam was, and then let's just go through the macro bands.
Okay.
How's it going out there?
Yeah. So I think it's only like 2 weeks, or maybe I think around 2 weeks or 1 week. 1 week actually, since the FOMC meeting, right? So this week is where all the Fed officials come and give their take on what was discussed or what was their view during the meeting. So on Sunday, Waller came out to say that the Feds are now thinking of starting to slow down the pace. However, he gave out, although it's very very dovish statement, but he did mention that last week's CPI data was only just one data point, and there are many other readings that are needed to show a more convincing slowing the price gains. So it to me is like some form hawkishness within a dovish statement. What do you think about that?
You know, the Fed guys, not just Powell. I think they have different opinions, right?
Yeah,
Yesterday, I think it's Rolly, right? Rolly said he tends to be a little bit dovish, and then some days before, maybe last week, and then some guy, maybe it's I forgot who that guy is, but it's in the Fed officials, and he said we gotta be more hawkish because market's not looking very well right now. Inflation is still hard, and then a lot of divergence in their opinions, a lot of confusion there. But one thing I found very funny is that Jim Cramer used to be a very excellent inverse indicator of the market. Just said that the Fed had a 0% possibility of making a what? Making a hard land in their action trying to bring down inflation, which means that they're gonna crash the market.
So what he meant is the Fed Jim Cramer said that the Fed won't do a hard landing.
Yeah, Jim Cramer basically said the Fed could possibly achieve a soft landing in cooling down the inflation.
Okay. So what he meant is okay. So if we were to like reverse, inverse interpret, whatever it meant, it means that the market will have a hard landing.
Yeah, and then people were expecting, oh goddamn, and we're gonna have a market crash later on. We can't do a soft landing.
Yeah, because because right now, we are starting to see that the employment data slightly to inch up a little. Right after all the rate hikes that happened this year. So I think it's still within expectation of soft landing. I mean, maybe Jim Cramer is right this time. I don't know, but there's a chance.
Let's find out. Let's find out whether he's right or not.
I think that he's playing it really safe with his prediction this time around.
Yeah, but after the Fed's official speech, how does the market react, or how did the market react at that time? Water said the Fed could now start thinking about hiking at a slower pace, and then the market take it bullish or bearish.
I think from what I see over the past few days, especially last week, for example, after the CPI.
That's a pump, right?
Yeah,
let me just get back to the chart. Okay, wait a minute. You want me to look at DXY or SPX?
Yeah, I think DXY is good. Starting from I think last week.
So 15th of November, last Tuesday.
15 is yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
Maybe
I think
Thursday?
this one. Thursday is the one that the CPI data came out, right? Like 7.7% versus 8% expectation. So market already expect like, okay, the Fed's it's not gonna hike rate so aggressively now because it's below expectation. So it's good, inflation is under control, right? So DXY went all the way down. And then
we also saw a gap up here, right?
Yes. So SPX gap up.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yes. So we all know the inverse relation with DXY and equities, right? So if DXY were to go down, dollar strength decreases or dollar weaken, equities or risk assets go up. So it's risk on sentiment.
Yeah.
So it's risk on risky assets goes up. So this the same for I think crypto as well, right? However, because of the FTX incident, there was a small rebound.
Yeah.
Right? There was a
Yeah.
small rebound on
I think it's on here.
this is the rebound, right?
Last Thursday, right?
Yeah,
Save the market.
yeah. So the CPI data really single-handedly saved the market.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just, pull a chart of DXY and also Bitcoin together so you can have a clearer look, right? Okay. So DXY here, and we have Bitcoin on the left-hand side, and we have DXY on the right-hand side. It's 4-hour chart. Okay, so here.
Yeah. So
This day, yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
yes.
So when DXY dumped and then Bitcoin pumped, yeah,
Yeah.
just pumped.
So to be honest, yes, CPI really saved like Bitcoin or crypto single-handedly
Yeah.
during last week.
And also on Monday, I think it's 14th of November, and then the pump was mainly due to CC's announcement.
Yes.
CC said that regarding the turmoil we're having in the crypto industry, CC is establishing a industry covering fund which aims at helping projects which are strong, which are good looking, which have the projects which have good prospect and good future, but they are now stuck in a liquidity crisis. And then market reacted very bullish in this case.
Yeah.
So the details of CC's plan, the industry recovery fund, is not yet released, and I think we have to keep updated and keep stay tuned to CC's Twitter in case he is going to tell us more about his plan in details. So he said he's going to release the details in days afterwards. And then our boss Justin Sun also was very supportive to this plan. I think we are now working on the M&A thing, right, Ben? Maybe you can tell us more about that, because after Justin said that Justin is very supportive and also optimistic to participate in this industry recovery fund, and then I think we have taken some actions, some investigation for that. Yeah.
Yeah, actually we are looking at some we are doing some analysis and research on certain projects under FTX sheets. So yes, we are doing a Huobi. We are doing something on how to help out with projects or companies that are struggling after the FTX incident.
I suppose some projects which have their funds stuck in FTX are in need of the recovery fund, right? So
I wouldn't say all these what you showed on this screen, all the tokens or some, I mean, the more well-known companies. These companies I think are already looked at, because we know like what Serum does, what Solana does, what Match does. Yeah. These are very intuitive, right? But there are many other companies that FTX or Alameda invested in that we have not heard of before. And this it happened last year, where there's a lot of VCs and investments going on, right? If you remember, like, it's like every few days there's this like Series A fundraising, a few hundred millions. Yeah, there is a time when FTX were investing. I mean, like, whole crypto industry were investing heavily on the new projects. So we are looking at some projects that uh, uh, which FTX has invested in, and we wish to help or invest in this project to help help them or incubate this project to help.
Yeah, I think it's very beneficial to the space. CC taking the action, taking the lead to establish the recovery fund, since
Yes.
we have lost a lot of trust here since the FTX event, because it turned out to be a scam. And Sam, after a few days of the bank run, and then Sam just tweeted, they got a hack on the exchange, and users' funds are actually drained away, and they took down the website, and also they shut down the mobile app, the exchange, and users could not withdraw the funds. And then what it means is actually a trust bankruptcy, and the trust collapse. And in crypto, we talk about trust, right? Trustless.
Yes.
It's really trustless now. Damn.
Yeah. This is the reason why a lot of centralized exchanges are looking at the locals proof of reserve, which shows that centralized exchange as reserve backing whatever they have, and centralized exchanges are not misusing customers' fund to do risky trades or other activities, right? So this, I think, centralized exchange will still be here in the for the long road. This will be how we continue to build a trust within on chain and off chain, right?
Yeah.
So because I think centralized exchange is like the bridge between centralized on and off chain, where off chain is where all the traditional financial intermediaries need this centralized exchange, right?
Yeah.
Then then we try to bridge over these assets, for on-chain transactions, can be liquidity mining on Uniswap or other other activities on chain. So I feel that I think it's I would say a good restart for this industry. It's not, I think it's just the beginning, right? Where all the we try to continue to improve and make this space better for the future. It's not, I think, when this is still a new industry, right, Johnny? And we still need to people make mistakes, and I think crypto will still be here for a very long time, because if you look at
and CZ also said in a few years, 8 billion of people will be using crypto in a few years. He just tweeted today or yesterday. I forgot. I read it yesterday, maybe yesterday. And I agree to that. I agree on that. His opinion. That's right.
Even if like you're not using crypto, you could be using blockchain technology, right? So blockchain technology can be a lot of users, can be insurance, can be many other things, right? Which other than crypto trading, other than liquidity mining, the blockchain has many other users. So it's everywhere. It's unavoidable.
Yes, exactly. I want to show you some news here. You see the news here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Condesk. And then CC's tweet here. Actually, CC said that projects which are facing liquidity problems can contact Binance Labs to apply for the recovery fund, and then actively looking for acquisitions. That's a good thing. And then meanwhile, I want to talk about here. Wait a minute. In the bear market, while we break a lot of things, and then other things are actually building better, right? For example, we now have USDC partnering with Apple Pay, and then people can actually just purchase USDC on Apple by using Apple products like iPhone. You can just connect your Visa or MasterCard, your credit card, and then you use Apple Pay to purchase USDC, and then you can trade it on exchanges, swap it with other cryptos. That's a very good gateway to the cryptocurrency industry, the crypto market.
Yeah, I think it's really good because in a way it doesn't force vendors to take up stable coins. You know, they still accept I think they still accept US dollars. However, you can pay using USDC, right?
Yeah.
And then I would say the payment platform will adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something really good that's coming out from this space because it only facilitates more this kind of transactions and the use of crypto, right?
So is USDC being taken as a CBDC issued by the US or no? Still not, because it's not issued by the government, right?
Yeah,
But it's
I
controlled by the government, right?
I think that's a very no from my point of view, I think that having a CBDC uh can be a good and bad thing, because
Yeah.
if we have like stable coins providers like USDC, Tether and Circle, right?
Mhm.
This decentralized. So every $1 of USD is backed by $1 of USDT, right?
Yeah.
However, if you have a CBDC, for example, the Feds control the CBDC, they
Yeah.
are able to print or mint as much CBDC as they want.
And they are now
So
starting the pilot scheme, right? As
yes,
stated in this website. Can you see? Is it sharing?
yeah,
I
it
think,
is.
yeah. Banking agents in New York Fed start 12-week digital dollar pilot, and that's the CBDC issued by the Federal Reserve, partnering with some central banks like Citigroup, HSBC, Mastercard, Wells Fargo, and some big banks, and they are testing out the CBDC scheme. And 2 weeks ago, we also had similar approach initiative taken in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong government announced that they are going to adopt CBDC. The EHKD, so-called EHKD, they're trying to push it to the market, and they are going to establish an experiment using the CBDC in Hong Kong. And what we are seeing right now is a lot of governments are actually trying to adopt this technology, this blockchain technology. And that's a good thing because more people get to know more about crypto. And then, I'm still wondering, I'm still a little bit confused because, CBDC and also USDC or USDT, they share a lot of similarities, but they're also different, right? CBDC issued and controlled by the government, but USDT are owned by private companies.
Yes. So my only concern is regarding I would say the tokenomics of the CBDC.
Yeah.
Right. So the central banks control the CBDC. So the Feds can print as much local currency to back the amount of CBDC they need.
Yeah.
Right. It becomes like a money printing machine. And we know what happens happens in the Luna incident where there's too much inflation, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of my concern. And another
Actually, I don't think they have been doing it for years. If you look at Fed's balance sheet here,
yes,
if we just go to total assets, and then we look at a chart from the Federal Reserve, they have been printing since that's 1 trillion, right? Since 1 trillion to 9 trillion, nine and a half, right? 9 trillion, right? And
yes,
nonstop, right? I think it's the same whether it's US dollars, cash, or something like that. They all print money.
But the thing about like right now in like traditional industry, they are still printing money, right? However, all this money are accounted for, right? If we go back to a few recent hacks like Pigala, or other hacks, right? We are not sure about the infrastructure of this CBDC. What kind of blockchain technology are they using? What chains are they using? What kinds of consensus mechanism are they using? They didn't disclose anything of that to us, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and if a small project can be not full or hacked for millions of dollars, or
Yeah.
get breaches can be hacked and be mint with millions of dollars out of out of nothing. If these chains under the CBDC get hacked, billions of dollars will be minted.
Right.
I'm looking at the worst case scenario, right?
Mhm.
So it can be a good and bad thing. It is of course I wish that better things come out from there rather than the worst case that I thought of.
Yeah. Right. And wait a minute. Let me get back to the activity here. Okay. So I would like to spend some time covering the FTX aftermath thing, some consequences, and some things happened after they announced that the FTX was being hacked. You can go on Twitter and look at the tweets tweeted by local on chain, and they have some good fundamental analysis here, no, good on chain analysis here. They're tracing the FTX account drainer. This FTX account drainer actually drains the crypto on FTX away. So basically, siphoning users' funds away from the FTX exchange, and that's a fraud. That's it makes no difference from stealing users' funds. And they first of all, the FTX account drainer swapped a lot of BNB, right? They sold USDC for USDT and USDC for ETH and also BNB because no, I mean they swapped BNB for DAI and for ETH because ETH cannot be freezed, right? If it's on BNB chain and then BNB ZZ can actually freeze the funds, and after that, FTX account drainer the account dumped 10K of BNB into a liquidity pool, and then at the same time, some bots doing some arbitrary trades, taking profits, and then people will wonder how the hackers handle the funds afterwards, because before Tornado Cash was being sanctioned, and people would launder money using Tornado Cash. They would use it to conceal their identity or whatever their information. But now I think the hacker cannot use Tornado Cash, right?
Yeah, I think it became blacklisted, right? So
yeah, blacklisted.
Yeah, the user cannot use that address anymore.
Okay, so
Yeah.
some people suggest that one of the ways which the hacker can benefit from, stealing these users' funds and also not getting discovered and not getting caught, is that they can initiate a lot of short positions on different exchanges or even the decentralized exchanges, DRDX and other centralized exchanges. They can initiate a lot of short positions, and then they can dump the Ethereum they're holding and cause market crash, and they can benefit from the crash. And that's one of the ways which the hacker can do to make profit. And I think it makes sense because the hackers is now holding, let me see, 22 and 8,000 Ethereum. That's a whole lot of money.
That is around
300 million, right? 300 million US dollar. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
At the time yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gotta pay attention to the address because we have to keep tracking where the funds go. If it goes to exchanges, that will mean that we are going to see some selling pressure ahead. And I think it's also possible that the hacker will do some OTC trade with other, some money laundering counterparty. That's possible. Yeah. And yeah, go ahead, Vince.
I'm really like impressed, whenever like this kind of things happen, like when there's a hack or there's funds missing.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
always
think
like,
it's a hack? Some people doubt it's a hack. Some people doubt it's not a hack. It was actually an insider job because
I heard,
things look very strange. Putting all together, they just makes no sense and it's ridiculous.
it seems like it was done by insider because maybe some of the keys are not too easy to be, hacked or retrieved, right?
Yeah.
I feel that just now I'll continue what I want to say. I always like very impressed, like the crypto community when this kind of thing happened. Everybody became like a CSI detective. We
Yeah.
went goes. I think we can be a very good detective. We go
Yeah.
down to every wallet and transaction. We analyze it. You even build a flow chart of where all the funds go.
Yeah.
And all these are done by non-professionals. There are people actually
Yeah.
out there
Yeah.
doing a service for this community.
Yeah.
Right? I'm so impressed sometimes. Like we more of us are inside, working as a crypto analyst and researcher, right? We don't really have the time to actually do all this.
Mhm.
Sometimes we take reports or take other people's reports and read it, right? So
Yeah.
these people are actually doing a very huge contribution to the whole community, and it's really
Yeah.
like I'm so impressed sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of credits go to those, impressive researchers out there. For example, Locon Chain, my favorite researcher. And one thing that I also appreciate is the community platform enabled by Twitter. Because information flows very quickly and efficiently on Twitter since the hack. Information it felt like it was live, and you can just keep it on track, and you can know exactly what happens next without any delay, and that's very impressive. Information is really efficient on Twitter, and that's a good thing for the crypto community, especially for this pathetic event.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I also said, like, everything happened within like a few days after the CoinDesk report, and FTX just fall down immediately. FTX was
yeah,
tested and they didn't make it.
yeah. Wiped
Yeah,
out 9 billion, right? 9 billion
Yeah.
US dollar was wiped out, and
Yeah.
yeah,
within
a lot
a few
of
days.
a lot of altcoins are under great selling pressure. For example, Uniswap, SDE, 1inch, WBTC, not altcoins, sorry, Sushi, YFI, Lido, they have all been sold. And PXG, Link, Matic, Aave, SNX, Shiba, Ape did not sell, which means that probably these altcoins are going to be dumped later on because the hacker, maybe Sam himself, uh, he needs to find a way out to convert his Ethereum and also these altcoins to cash, right? And he's gonna cash out.
Yeah. And like is Sam like a wanted by the US government, or for investigation, or it's like free to go because he already
Yeah, I looked into this issue. I researched it. However, I found that the U.S. was not very proactive in looking for Sam Bankman-Fried because what he did was not in the U.S. and therefore he is not in the U.S. right now as well, and it makes uh, you know it makes catching him very difficult. And I think is a problem as well. And also, some people found out that Sam Bankman-Fried, he was the second biggest donor to the Democrats. I'm not trying to go political here. I'm just, I just heard someone say on Twitter, SBF donated like maybe just like 20 million. It's like 20 million to the Democrats, and some people speculated it was some kind of money laundering activity there. But it's just conspiracy theory, right? If that's true, we're gonna find out later. But I'm just raising some interesting points here, not facts, not fact checked. So don't take it as facts, just some speculation and conspiracy theory here. But there's a lot very suspicious here because usually I think he will be wanted by the FBI as soon as he announced the bankruptcy, because he wiped out the 9 billion, and a lot of the victims were from the US, all around the globe. I'm sure FBI is looking for him. Yeah.
Actually, I was really lucky. I was using FTX prior to this incident.
Really?
Right.
You had funds on FTX?
Yes, I do. I have a few thousands on FTX previously, but I moved everything back on chain already. So, but I still do have like maybe 5 US dollar there, just in case I need to pay for gas sometimes.
Are you gonna take back the $5?
I'll donate my $5 to FTX.
No, I think you should sue SBF. They stole your money. Now he ran away, right?
I was trying to access to my funds like a few days ago. Like
What's up, then?
I want to try like the app, like whether I can log into it. But
And then
say the server is not available or something.
they forced you to do an upgrade, right?
Upgrade? What do you mean?
Because as soon as the announcement was announced, the hack announcement, and the user interface popped up an announcement to force users to do update. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it on Twitter. Did you see something like that? No?
No, because I think I updated my phones a few days ago, so I think it was just updated automatically.
Could you log in?
Now I can't log in. It's just let me try. Okay.
Okay.
FTX.
I think they even took down the website and we can't access anymore.
See, this is the app.
Yeah.
It's the app, and it just keep blinking.
Okay, so it's down basically.
It's down. Yes, it's down.
Okay. Damn. How are you gonna take back $5 then?
Yeah.
You're gonna look for SBF.
Yes.
You know where he is now? I think he's fleeing, right? Caroline, the CEO of Alameda, she's actually in Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I saw people. I don't know if it's real or not. I have not fact checked. It's just some tweets. I found it very interesting. Some people on Twitter said, some guy in Hong Kong said he met Caroline. He saw Caroline just days before the implosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caroline was, still very comfortable with buying FTD tokens from CZ at $22. He was so confident, right?
Yeah. No.
But speaking of where's FTF, maybe he's with Luquan somewhere hanging out.
I don't know. Hey, did you see Zuzu came back?
Who?
Zuzu, founder of 3AC.
Oh, really?
Came back, yeah. He just tweeted bullshitting on SBF, talking shit on SBF, claiming that FTX and also Alameda attacked 3AC in a Luna event. And then, yeah. And Zuzu said he was very suspicious of FTX. And Zuzu didn't use FTX at the beginning. However, later on, because Sam did some very good marketing. Just like the marketing video I show you guys. You know, like you know, just right now I show you the video of Sam marketing himself to be a very charitable guy and also a friendly guy, right? And then Zuzu said, as soon as he saw some big partnerships being you know having done with FTX, for example, USDC, and also they bought the I think it's Golden Warriors Arena basketball court, right? And a lot of big partnerships. And then Zuzu said, "Oh, I think his FTX doing good." And these big players might have done their own DD, and therefore Zuzu didn't do his own DD, and then Zuzu became the first trader on Alameda and on FTX, and then he was probably being attacked in a Luna event, targeted in a Luna collapse.
I think this is one of the reasons why CZ was unhappy with FTX or SBF, because he mentioned about going behind industry players, maybe to lobby against them and stuff like that. So I think this is one of the reasons why CZ wanted to de-risk FTT from their books.
Yeah.
And another one is I think 3AC was also also because of over leverage, right? And
over leveraged.
And just now you did mention something about BD and marketing. You know, it reminds me of CRO.com, which that expanded very fast, like last year.
Oh, yeah, and there are rumors right now suspecting the liquidity of CRO.com, right?
Yes.
You heard of that?
I heard of it like a few days ago, but there wasn't like hard evidence, hence I think the community didn't follow up on it, right?
I don't want to do a lot of FUD here because you know we have had enough pain here, but
yes,
you know a lot of guys are very suspicious of crypto.com CRO. Yeah. I think they're doing well right now. I don't know if things gonna turn bad tomorrow. So right now, just stick to those exchanges which already did the proof of a reserve.
yes,
okay. Yeah, and it's a good start. You said it. It's a good start. Yeah, we're trying to come together, build some rules, and also we are restructuring the industry. For example, the Merkle proof of reserve, and that's a pretty good illustration of how the industry is evolving. And yeah, so in the end, I want to spend some time. I want to talk about some fan tokens because World Cup is coming. Are you a football fan, Benz?
I used to be.
But,
yes. So I think Huobi only has 2 tokens listed, right?
Yes, and we just listed 2 new. We actually have a few 45 fan tokens. Talking about fan tokens, but 2 of them are very popular right now, which is I'll show you here. Which is PR here. Yeah, Portugal national team fan token.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Portugal?
When we think of Portugal, you think of Ronaldo, right?
Yeah. And also,
we are having Huobi is having an event right now with, I think it's voting on
voting event.
Voting event, right? So please support us. You can stake some tokens.
Get on to Huobi apps and then just participate in the event and then get some reward there. And currently we're listing ARG.
ARG and PR, right?
PR, they're very popular later on because both of them are doing very well, have been doing very well in the previous World Cups, and they have big stars, big players, Cristiano Ronaldo, some big football stars there.
Yes.
And some tips. These fan tokens, you might also have to pay attention to. For example, PSG, JUV, ATM, and also GL, because some of them um, have stars that will play World Cup, and therefore their performance might affect the price of these fans tokens. And yeah, we're actually going to publish this report regarding fans token tomorrow, and you can go to hobbyresearch.com and and have a look at the report. And this is a really good piece of report explaining what a fan token is, and the development history, and also the status quo, and also the marketing, and also how it's being used in defense economy. And the fan token actually plays a very important part in fan economy, because it drags people from Web 2 to Web 3. It attracts a lot of users from different fans and different clubs to get used to using crypto. And it's also a collectible, actually. It's an engagement to connecting fans and their idols. And it's a new utility we are seeing in crypto. Yeah.
I think like fans token not only to purchase token to support your favorite football club.
Yeah.
You also there are some utilities in it, like you can use your tokens to actually vote for some things like playing of songs in the stadium during the match. Something like that, right?
Yeah, you can do something.
Yeah, so right now it's like World Cup season. A lot of people are looking at national teams token.
Yeah.
Right.
National
And
teams.
yeah, so and after this World Cup craze is over, the Champions League comes in, right?
Yeah.
So right now, if you're looking at it's the right time to look at national tokens. Then after that, look at the top 16 clubs. You which clubs you wish to support, for Champions League. You can support them, because I think we have quite a number of fan tokens on the Huobi, and I think we
have 10.
And we are also like listing more in upcoming days, right?
Yeah, we are going to list more.
Yes. So I think we definitely Johnny and I will still be mentioning these fan tokens in the next few sessions. So
Yeah, sure.
We'll just update you guys on what's listed.
Yeah. So make sure you check out the report. We're going to publish it tomorrow on hobbyresearch.com. Have a look. And then I think that's all for today. And again, make sure you're on Hobby app and trade some. Maybe you can trade some fan tokens, some ARG and also POR, and earn some crystals to join the Candy Drop event. And we will randomly award some registered participants, and we'll also select some lucky stars. And those lucky stars will receive up to 100 USDT reward. And make sure to check your SMS. So thank you, fans. Thank you, fans, for
and also one more thing. So for the Candy Drop is on Matic, right? I think this week is Matic, a Polygon Matic Candy Drop. So recently there's a lot of Web 2, Web 3 collaboration with Matic. So if you want to participate in this Candy Drop, you can buy more Matic tokens, because right now a lot of collaborations with Web 2 giants, like just yesterday was Nike. Nike is launching their metaverse wearable collectibles on Polygon. A few days ago, I think last week, Disney announced they want to partner with Polygon also for their exclusive I'm not very sure, maybe NFT as well, Disney
Yeah.
NFT.
And also JP Morgan 2 weeks ago, did their first trial on crypto transaction using Matic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like, traditional finance, traditional companies coming into Web3,
Yeah.
on Matic. And if you want to aid in, it's a good time to actually, if you want to buy some Matic, right? You can join this Canning Drop event as well. Maybe
Yeah, why
you might,
not? Right.
yeah, get rewarded even more returns, right?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? It's great.
Okay.
I think that's all for today. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything to go on, Benz? No?
Nothing else. Nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Benz.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, Johnny.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you for
Okay.
seeing.
See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.